Holy shit, boys. Long time no see on YouTube. I've low-key, let me take that as an out. I have not been active on YouTube in a minute. I've just been focusing on my short form and honestly just branching out through there. But without further ado, let's go back to the lookouts. Let's do a little lookout of what I think is going to happen. So, oh, well, okay, this is a position last night that I missed on Euro. Just unfortunate, to be honest. We got edge there, was going for these higher time frame liquidity over there. Just didn't get tapped in. Would have been a really nice trade. And we have actually been trading really fucking well recently. Anyways, I was looking for longs yesterday simply because, oh, my bad, y'all. Simply because if we take a look at the daily time frame, we're going to the 4 hour to show it a little bit clearer. We've been doing the same thing over and over again. Turn the magnet off. Actually, we'll do the little brush. Get into a brush. Little down, 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 down push. Retracement, take liquidity, take liquidity, take liquidity, take liquidity. And then, sorry, head back down before rallying once again. This is what we've been doing over and over and over again. So, the reason it took longs is because down, 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 impulsive, break structure, break structure. Also, we've been taking all the liquidity that I've been calling since the last outlooks. Dare I say, since our last outlook, we might have been here where I was saying we're going to push up, take some of these before heading back down. I think I've called that. I think I called that. But anyways, pop off my screen, please. Regardless, that is all I'm looking for now. So, as we are getting this retracement now, what I'm looking for is for us to retrace back into this discounted area. Take this liquidity, move into hopefully something like this supply up here, or even potentially just coming up, turn the magnet off, sorry, coming up, taking this liquidity before rejecting, giving a nice break of structure, forming a supply zone, tap into, and just trade it back down towards these lows. Because overall, I do think we are quite bearish, I'm going to be honest. This is just another one of those retracements, rally back up after we get the push down. It's really simple trading this market structure. It's honestly really, really simple. We've been banging it in the Discord. Last week we hit something like, in one day we hit 46R. In one day, 46R. So the chat was fucking printing, to be honest. Make sure to join up. I'll have the link in the description. Everything is free. And I will be doing giveaways soon because since the last time we've spoken, pardon me, I've partnered with a few firms. So we are now with Apex, and recently, just this morning, I am partnered with Alpha, both the futures and their capital group in the UK, which means you can trade Forex, because I will be giving out 2 Forex accounts and I'll be giving out 2 futures accounts later on this week, next week, which I'm fucking hyped for. But regardless, without further ado, honestly, we'll move into the daily time frame, sorry. So yeah, we could move up into this, overall into our daily demand, as well as the 4 hour. You can see our daily demand here. Sorry, our overall daily demand, I should say. From here up, motherfucker, work with me. From here up to here, which is right above this 50% mark. Or we could even move it to this. However, we had our own impulsive move here with the retracement. Just counting this impulsive move here, which is where I think we're going to get our rally back up, we should move into discounted prices, meaning I will potentially be looking for short-term buys, at least up into here, and taking out equal highs, this liquidity on the higher time frame, 4 hour, you can see it. I think we're going to be taking out this little bump in the road here, at least there, and then potentially moving up here. The only reason I would look for long-term buys, rather than saying looking for sells going further and further down, is if price can manage to break through this supply. If we can break through the supply, then of course you should start looking into buying back to our highs, major highs. So other than that, I'm still looking short. Long term wise, short term coming into today, honestly, it's a bit chopped, so there's not much really that I can see. Even the 5 minutes looking a bit choppy, but regardless, you can see we missed we missed our little trade zone here. It's all good. You can't always hit, but regardless, that is all I'm looking for. Purely because the DXY is now bullish as fuck. You can see now, moving into the daily time frame, we are just fighting this last little bit of liquidity here. However, I'm not a huge trend line type of guy, but matching trend lines here and here, you can see, sorry, trend lines, you can see we have up, down, up, and we have failed to break this area here before moving up and breaking our trend line. We just want to break past these highs here, sorry, which we are doing at the moment, or we've taken those highs. Honestly, just probably looking for more liquidity down below. Before, I don't see a reason why we don't take out this here. We have just broken huge, I'm not one to trade trend lines and shit, right? I don't really like that, but on the higher time frames, you can have huge conviction within those. So, for example, we could move back down into our, this is our overall daily demand here. So we could push down into here before rallying back up, because honestly, I think we take these on the DXY, meaning whilst we're moving down in this phase here, moving back to the euro, is where we will be moving up on the euro to get into our discounted price. You just trade them side by side, really. It's quite simple. So they're coming, obviously, DXY comes down, the euro pushes up, euro hits our overall daily supply, whilst the DXY is hitting its overall daily demand. After breaking out of these trend lines, meaning we should start looking long-term buys. Not that I trade the DXY much, that's just what I'm thinking. With GU, we've had a majorly impulse move down compared to the euro, meaning I think we're going to have to start looking for short-term buys also. Sorry, there's just a lot of drawings on the chart here. Anyways, since the last time I've hopped on, I've been calling these NFP lows for fucking since like up here, bro. I can't even lie. Since up here. And we have caught plenty of trades coming down towards here. Honestly, not as many as I would have liked. There was not that many. I like taking valid positions and setups that I think are, how do I say it? Like that meet my simple mechanics. I want those things to be met before I take a trade. And like, if for some reason my zones were not getting hit as much as I wanted them to be. So yeah, I caught a few trades in here, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked to have caught a lot more than what I did. Regardless, going into the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, I think we do take out these. Sorry, let me just remove these NFP lows. They're taken now. I think we do take out this little bump in the road, potentially even take this out and move up just so we can start getting into the 50% range on our discounted price. You could even mark it up from here, sorry. This would be the whole daily impulsive move. As you can see, our whole daily impulsive move moving into, sorry, let me just mark this out. We've got this daily demand here, which is above the 50 percentile mark within our whole impulsive move. I am honestly looking like potentially short-term buys to at least take this out. Yes, we are. Technically, we're taking out these orders at the moment. Like this little section here, we are taking these out. I like to usually mark my shit out yellow, but with orders and order block, it's not a block of order. I'll say a block of orders. I prefer to mark my block of orders as yellow, but regardless, you can see we're just filling orders, collecting liquidity now, which honestly I think is why we take something like this out before moving up. Honestly, exact same as AU. The only thing is we had a much more impulsive phase down. I think that is from the increase in tax that is going on in the GU economy right now. However, honestly, that has got to be priced in. With all of this movement down, I think we are priced in for these tax rates, which means we get this little bit of retracement, take out resting liquidity. So this, potentially take this out as well, move into the 50 percentile mark, see whether we come into this overall demand here. Honestly, that is quite high up. Gonna have to wait and see. But regardless, if we take this out, come up, break structure, leave an overall supply, it's simple mechanics really. Come back up into the supply, catch shorts all the way back down, and into this here, daily demand. This is what I've had marked out as well. We've practically inversed this daily fair value gap. We close below the CE if you want to talk ICT concepts. But regardless, I am just looking for the same thing on GU as I am with EU, and taking short-term buys today potentially. It is Friday, so I'm not the hugest fan, I say this all the time, hugest fan of taking trades on a Friday, but we have all of this liquidity here that we need to collect, which is what we've been doing. Sorry, gold. Where's gold? Here, I took this loss yesterday, unfortunately. Oh no, I took it on my futures account here. So we got stopped out. Stupidly taking this zone rather than waiting for inducement here. It was really simple, to be honest. So I took this short here, where I should have even, like, realistically, I should have put stops above the highs, but took them here with stops right about there, targeting these lows. 1 to 10, like, I thought it would hit. I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought it would hit, but I may have tunnel visioned myself, not looking at this inducement here. I was looking at this inducement, these orders here also, price coming up. It was just maybe a little bit too impulsive to take the sell off of. And I tunnel visioned to not look at our 5-minute refined here. And if you look at the 5-minute refined, well, I'll get rid of this inducement. So you look at the 5-minute refined here. We could have caught a top wick for the fucking centuries, boys. But, you know, can't always win those. Where is it? Here's the line. And move stops just above the highs of the demand here. That's actually quite a large stop, but regardless, targeting the same lows. 1 to 10 with a beautiful top wick that we just could not hit because we could not think. We could not think. It is what it is, honestly. But overall with gold, I think we do move down. So going into the higher time frames, this is why I've been looking short. I took longs here simply because going into the daily, let's see. I took longs earlier last week and towards the end of last week on gold because we tapped into this daily demand here, as well as a daily fair value gap and our 4-hour demand, which we reacted beautifully off of. So I ended up scaling down to a 5-minute, caught a nice trade here. As well as that, we took longs here after tapping into, I believe it was an hourly demand and reacting. Hourly demand, react up, give another little zone on the 15, 5 minutes, something like that. But regardless, that's why I was taking these little longs, even though we're ranging at the moment. However, I do still think we come down, only because we've seen, I don't trade patterns, right? I don't trade patterns, but I believe it was 2008 and 2020, we saw the exact same thing here. It was like 9 straight weeks of bullish movement, and then moving into, where is it, the month. By the way, I cannot take credit for this, but moving into the monthly, I believe we should end up taking the 50% mark of this wick here. So on the monthly, you can see we had 3 months of straight bullish. This happened last time as well, and last time we had this move up. This is sounding really brazy right now, like this is confident, I don't trade patterns or whatever, but on the monthly, I believe, last time we took out the 50% mark on the monthly wick, I believe is what happened last time. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got retracement. We got about 2 or 3 months of bearish retracement after no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 9 weeks of just straight bullish movement, we get that retrace to the 50% mark. So if we can mark this 50% here from the move, where are you? The 50% mark is around 3878. So I think we do end up taking this out because gold cannot be overvalued this much. That, like, we've been trading all-time highs. Now we're ranging on the daily, huge ranges on the hourly. So I'm looking for, I guess you could say, long-term shorts. I've been trying to call this in the Discord for ages. This is why I thought this could be a really good position. Obviously stopped out. It's unfortunate. You win some, you lose some. That's just how it is in the market. You can't win every single trade. But regardless, I'm just looking for short term. I'm looking for sells now today. I'm going to be completely honest. Looking for sells, so potentially I'd say this, something like this up here, and we'll be taking out these equal lows. This will be my target for today. If we take it out before London or New York when I am actually trading, then honestly, so be it. I don't really care. But this is a good target because there's just resting liquidity here. I think we target this. We've taken this liquidity, taken that liquidity. Now we move back down. Can even start to move to take this, can even move down to start taking these orders. So we've got these here, and these here. I think those are good targets for the rest of the week. However, for today, I'm just looking for these equal lows to be taken. Really simple as that. I think we have Asia opening. Oh no, Asia's still a while away. This is an earlier video. But that is my overall outlook with that, and I mean, I've been looking at AUD recently. I was taking these longs just because I like this liquidity sitting here. Well, sorry, I didn't take these. These were just dupe trades because I wanted to test it out, see if the strategy was working nicely. As you can see, we ended up getting a straight dump on like New York Open. Not really, around New York Open. But regardless, honestly, I think we're going to have to move bearish. The only reason why we'd be moving bullish is because the DXY is wanting to correct itself to the downside for a little bit. But overall, same with the Euro and GU pairs, our overall bias has to be bearish. With the DXY coming in and moving strongly, yes, you might get a little bit of bullish retracement, which is what we got here. After collecting these orders, I think overall we should still be looking short on that. USD, JPY. That's same thing. Like, everything seems like it's the same thing at the moment. But yeah, that would be my outlook for today. So, well, for Friday and moving into next week, because we're sort of at the end of this week now. But I will get out my backtesting videos and an outlook next week. But I hope this was helpful. If not, comment what you want to hear in the next video, because I can only improve with this shit. Laters.